Music You Can See winner at NAMM, and I ran into Alastair Greene. I got to see him demo yesterday a Seymour Duncan fuzz pedal.
Yep.
I thought they were just, I thought Seymour Duncan just made pickups. Talk about it.
Seymour Duncan has not only made, the best pickups in the world for a long, long time, but they've dabbled in a lot of other things. They did amplifiers for a little bit. There's a few guitars out there, but they started getting seriously into the pedals several years ago, and the pedal line has really come along to a point now where I think, not just because they're my friends, but I think that they are competing on the highest levels with all these manufacturers here at NAMM. They've got some great stuff. I've, gotten to beta test some of their stuff, like take it out on the road on tour and test it before they actually put the units out, for sale to the public and whatnot. So this year I'm demoing the La Superica Fuzz, which is a fuzz pedal that's designed, after those famous sounds from the late 60s and early 70s that we heard on all those great kind of, blues rock recordings, really, and some of the hard rock recordings. And it's just a great pedal, and I'm having a blast demoing it with them this year.
Nice. And the relationship you've had with Seymour Duncan, is it because you're neighbors? I mean, obviously you're an incredible guitar player. What came first?
What came first was the very first gig that I ever played with an electric guitar in front of people, Seymour Duncan was at.
Wow.
And that's because, he lived in Santa Barbara. I lived in Santa Barbara at the time. And so I met him when I was 16 years old. And, eventually I got to a point where I was playing around a lot, and I started, more of a relationship with him as an artist. But Seymour himself is a fantastic person. He's like literally the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He makes everybody feel like they're special and a rock star and important. He wants to hear from everybody about their opinions on stuff. So it's been the longest relationship I've had with a music company. Started as a friendship, turned into a professional relationship, and here we are. I don't know, let's see, I was 16 when I met him, and I'm 20 now. So no, that's like a 30-year relationship, basically. So yeah, it's a long time.
Wow, and he has you all 3 days at NAMM demoing that fuzz pedal at his booth.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. And and tomorrow, who knows what'll happen. I mean, I demoed it on Thursday afternoon, yesterday, Friday. I'm going to do it again today at 2 o'clock, which by the time you see this will be too late. But I might do it again tomorrow. So yeah, it's been great, man. It's been a lot of fun hanging out. All the people that work there are great. They're all friendly and knowledgeable. And I can't ask for anything more, really, as an artist than to be repping something like that.
Awesome. Your latest release on Ripcat,
yes.
I heard it actually for the first time yesterday.
Okay.
You have Walter Trout playing on it, Debbie Davies.
Yeah.
Who else is on it?
Well, Dream Train on Ripcat Records is basically my recommitment to my solo career as a blues rock artist. Having left the Alan Parsons Project in May of 2017, this is really about me recommitting to the blues rock, and I really wanted to swing for the fences on this record. And so, I had David Z produce it, who's produced, Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Johnny Lang and Government Mule and Buddy Guy, and the list goes on. And I pulled in some favors from some of my new friends. So Walter Trout obviously being a huge influence and icon in the blues rock world, and I've gotten to become friends with him and have gotten to play with him a few times, so I asked him to play on a track. It came out fantastic. Mike Zito I've known for a few years now, and he played a solo. Debbie Davies played a solo. Debbie and I have been doing some shows together, which has been great, because she is literally, one of the greatest guitarists out there right now, and has such a, great catalog of songs that she does and great things that I'm learning as a guitar player. And then also we had Mike Finnegan play organ on a few songs.
Right, Mike.
So, and normally we're just a trio, but I wanted to bring in some Hammond organ on it because that's such a great sound. And then Dennis Grunling, who's a friend of mine, great harmonica player, played on a track too. So those are the special guests, and I wrote everything except for one song.
And how did Billy Gibbons? How did you get Billy Gibbons to write a song for Alastair?
Well, it wasn't so much that Billy wrote a song. Basically, David Z had a couple of demos that Billy had made for, I don't know if it was a Billy Gibbons solo record or a ZZ Top record, and he sent them to me, and then he emailed Billy and Billy's people and said, hey, we'd like to record one of your songs. And Billy gave us the okay, gave us the blessing. So we recorded a song called Gnome Zane, which is essentially
Know what I'm
Gnome saying. And it came out great, man. It's definitely a little bit of a departure from what I do as far as the way the guitar's tuned and whatnot, but it's a great song. And if you're going to have one cover song on your album, it might as well be a previously unreleased Billy Gibbons song. I mean, you know, so.
Singer, songwriter, but most importantly, incredible blues guitarist.
Yeah, well.
Alastair Greene. We're at Winter NAMM. Music you can see.